Again, well, I'm back again online. As you can see, something's happening here where I'm staying. One of the reasons is no, it's not earthquakes. It's one of those things that we will always experience here. Most of the trades here are very, very capable guys, but one thing that they lack is the total understanding of how things should be done to avoid this situation. Now this situation is about 15 square meters of tiles that had to be lifted. Now, very fortunately, they were done incorrectly, so they came up with every tile, just about every tile, with no glue on the back of the tile, except a few little square inches holding the tile down. The problem there was that, as a result, all of these tiles started lifting. When you walked over them, it sounded like you're walking over a drum skin. As you can also see down here, all of these gaps here are where they put the mortar under each individual tile, instead of doing the whole area and then gluing the tile to that. They created a gap all the way around each tile, weakening the tile able to hold to the ground. And what I've come up with is, rather than replacing all the tiles, we've cleaned up all of them with a good helper here, and I've come up with the idea of, if you can imagine, a little line here, through here, and over here, 2 tiles wide. It creates like a border there, and there'll be 2 lines of tiles here, creating a border. So it's an even border around the main room. But then there'll be 2 areas which I'll call the mat. And so I've come up with the idea of using all of the broken or damaged tiles. There'll be the cuts, just like here, there'll be a cut along here. And you have then a mat effect. Now, we could have gone all that way, or all that way, but I decided, with the help of the owner, to alternate them to make it more of a feature, and she was happy with that, so that's what we're doing. So therefore we've ended up having to buy only 24 tiles for this area here, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not quite a square, more a rectangle. Again, laid on the diagonal, but also we'll be able to locate through Wilcon a tile exactly the same shade as the tile that's there, and almost an identical twin to what's already here. So it won't be quite so obvious that we've had to pull the floor up and redo it. But that's what I've been doing for the last few days, with the help of a worker, and of course occasional damage to myself. Unfortunately, I banged myself against a cut tile and gashed my leg, but I'm a walking wounded. But that's what's happening at the moment, and my thought for the day will be coming very shortly, because hopefully all of this should be finished totally by Thursday, Friday this week. And then the house can be cleaned by the lady who comes to clean the house now and again, to get rid of the amount of dust that, even though tried to reduce, has eventuated. But that's what we're doing. No, not an earthquake, just simply bad workmanship previously. And as you'll notice, if you hadn't noticed, There's no gaps between any of the tiles, which tends to put pressure on the tile, and that helps lift them. But we're now putting a gap between each one of 3 millimeters on all of the area of floor that is going to become what we'll call the mat, and any tiles around the border, the second tile in that's going to be replaced around the edge will also have 2 millimeter gaps, so that we don't hopefully have a problem in the future. Anyway, if you like watching John, a British expat in the Philippines, doing a bit of work, still got plenty of steam left. I hope you enjoy watching. Bye now.